this Escape SWV reality show that's
Yeah.
been all over the place, and somehow I needed some escapism, and I got caught up in it.
It was so
I
good.
didn't know that there was actually a narrative out there that Kandi from Escape can't sing. I think
Oh,
all four of the girls in Escape are good ass singers, and now they're trying to act like Candy is some non like she's Vanity Six, like she's like she's some non singing. I'm like, how did I mean? I think they're all singing women, and I've just it's been crazy to see this whole narrative of Candy's voice being.
but
I'm
that's
not
been like a narrative for years, though, Clay. Like
I've never
people always tried to play
like Candy
Candy
can't sing.
because she was so successful, and they were like, oh, but she wasn't the greatest singer in the group. That was Latasha. Like there was this whole
No, but
narrative
I've been
about that
hearing
or
folks
whatever.
say I've heard that,
I
but I've been hearing
know.
folks say Candy can't sing.
Right, but you know how the game of telephone goes. It's like somebody makes it a little bit worse or a little bit worse because of internet culture and stan culture. But like, I agree with you. Like, is you got like trying to put Candy in the same category as all of the other girls from like Pussycat
Non-singing,
Dolls, like all the non-Nicole girls from Pussycat Dolls. Like, you can't
right?
do that to Candy
But I
Burruss.
think of folks who can't sing. I mean,
Yeah,
I just think it's
I got a
bizarre.
long list.
I think Candy has a unique voice, and that's why Escape was so great because they all had different
Yeah.
voices. But to say that was like that she was the Britney Spears of the group is just like for real. But
It's
you're a singer,
crazy.
Ted. I
It's
didn't even
internet. It's internet stand-up, man. It's
like I
swarm
remember the
shit.
'90s. I
Yeah.
remember Do You Want To? I remember Work Me Slow. I remember
Yeah.
Just Kicking It. I remember hearing them doing it live on BET. These weren't no
Yes.
one was non-singing like that. But I was just curious, what are your thoughts on that, Ted, as somebody who is a singer?
So I am on this screen that they can't see, and so there's a blank screen under mine. I wish there was somebody else because I don't know what they're talking about on this left side of the screen. Like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Kandi Burruss has never been a singer. Ever. None of the like the Latasha, one of the lead girl, like she's the one who did most of the vocals, and she can sing. She makes very interesting choices though. Like there's a clip going around right now on Instagram of her like singing, and then when her runs in, it's always like
Right. But wait, Ted, no one's saying Candy is Aretha Franklin, but she's a damn good singer. I mean, can't we
She
have
won the Masked Singer.
let me say this because you said she's a damn good singer. That's Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
Aretha Franklin is a damn good
So
singer.
Aretha Franklin is a brilliant genius, out of this world, anointed
Genius.
singer. I mean
What's
that's
given to her from God.
Candy is
yeah. I
somebody.
mean, that's
Candy, I want to be clear. Candy can sing, and when I say that, I mean it in a very rudimentary, base kind of way. Right? And I'm not saying that. No, hear me out, Drew. Don't do that. I'm not saying that. Oh, she's the lowest
wow.
kind of. What I'm saying is that I wouldn't say she can't sing, right? Because that to me is somebody who can't hear pitch, who's horrible.
That's what I'm saying.
John one, call us right now. 866.
That is not true of Candy. But Candy is not someone who is, a vocalist. Like she's not somebody we're listening to. We're not checking for her. There's nothing she's done that's influenced like culture or music in that kind of way.
But we can say that about a lot of singers, though. I just think it's.
We're talking about Candy.
So you're saying that she's strictly an ensemble voice?
Yes, Candy might like Candy would have gotten the lead at church maybe on choir day once a year, Women's Day.
Boy, stop playing. Not on choir day.
Listen,
Not when the sunbeams are singing and you need somebody to fill in. Look, Ted, no. So help me
like, go back and listen. Like there are the videos that like now it was really messy, but like the video that Tamar had.
That's the one video they found. But listen, here, I mean, I'm not a singer. I love music. I'm a consumer. Candy is not wildly out of tune. Now I'm not going to say
she's out of tune.
Say it again.
I'm not saying she's again. Let me be
not out of tune.
Candy can sing in tune. But she is not. When we say like when people usually say a singer, they mean someone who stands out.
I don't think anybody is saying that Candy's Whitney Houston, and I don't think.
Because it's like Whitney Houston said, "I'm a singer who likes singers."
No, but here's
when they asked Whitney about Janet, she was like, "I'm a singer who likes singers."
It's very much that. But here's the thing: you're making a long leap, and I think this is the nuance you're missing, right? From Candy to Whitney Houston to Aretha Franklin. That's a long way. And so what I'm saying,
all that I'm saying is that I want us to celebrate the beauty of Black voices, and I think that there was a grit and a beauty about Candy's voice, maybe being from the South,
No,
or I
no,
just I thought well,
no.
I'm just saying
It's
my
not a voice.
opinion,
It's
but
not a voice
I'm
we're
just saying.
celebrating. Clay. We're not celebrating
Okay,
that.
listen, in my opinion, from West Philadelphia, I
Born and
see
West
raised.
Candy's
Philadelphia,
voice,
born and
and also
raised.
there was right, and there was a feeling in her voice that I really appreciated, and I just think it's funny in 2023, folks are saying she can't sing again, like she's Vanity or
Bro,
Apple.
we were saying
They
that
couldn't
then.
sing.
This is not a news flash.
Oh, I didn't hear it. What
People
do
were
I?
saying
We've been
that,
saying that since the group was out. Like that's not news.
but Candy
We
sang lead on
always
most of
said
them
different.
songs. Have you not
People who
watched
are
her
They
sing
lead on the
on it?
songs. Did you
Candy
hear
sang
her
lead on a
song
bunch of them
lyrics?
songs.
I don't
On
care
their
what song you
biggest
sang lead
hits. Candy
on.
sang that.
Great.
She
I
sang
think it's
lead
a
on
little
Just
bit of hate.
Kicking It.
Let me say it. Let me do
Just
this.
Kicking It is their biggest hit, and
That's her
Candy
biggest
sang lead on.
hit.
It's their
I
biggest
know
hit.
it.
I'm just
it's a
saying that
classic
for
record.
me,
I like the song, but the song we don't love the song because of the vocals. Let's be honest. We're
oh,
not.
that's
We're
a
not.
fair
If not,
statement.
let's
That's a fair
strip
statement.
that
I mean,
song down and make it like acoustic. We would not love that song the same way. It's everything about it. It's the lyrics, it's the groove, it's the production, it's
listen,
all of it. It's not like yes.
so for me,
Speak on it, Ted.
I see. I mean, again, I'm not a singer, but I'm a consumer, and I think it's egregious when someone says Sade can't sing. Is Sade Leontine Price? No, but I think Sade is a great singer for what
Who
she
said
does.
she can't sing?
What
Who said Sade can't
I've heard
sing?
people say Sade can't sing. And I want us to be able to celebrate the beauty of, and to me, someone who can't sing is someone who's out of tune. Who
Agreed.
I think it's kind of egregious to say one of the greatest girl groups of the 90s. This girl who does the majority, who's in the lead of the majority of the songs, is some freaking non-singing. I just think it's kind of crazy. I mean, we could be. I just think it's kind of wild. What do I know? I ain't hit the stage like
Listen,
you did.
I want a YouTube series with Ted Wynn called "Sing on It," and then we just gonna we gonna give vocal critiques. We ain't gonna say speak on it,
I mean,
sing on it.
And listen,
we
Ken,
love-
Turn that
again,
shade
oh,
tree into a money tree, Ted Wynn.
but Ted,
Escape wasn't a group that I loved because again they
Ted,
just
you don't even
weren't.
like En Vogue like that. You don't even like En
Oh, I
Vogue
love
like
it,
that.
Vogue.
I don't.
You hating on?
These to me were not groups that had the type of vocal prowess that I appreciated as a
But
singer.
you a gospel boy though too. 'Cause,
Exactly.
I mean, they not singing like gospel singers were
They're
singing.
not.
No,
They're,
well, they're not even singing like. I mean, I don't even have to go. Gospel is not even a conversation to be had. Like they would, none of them would have a career in gospel music. Period. Full stop. They wouldn't. They would not like the gospel. Like BMI just had their award show yesterday. If you just saw the clips of people in the audience when they were passing the mic, like it's just not comparable. But we just stick to R&B. But even in R&B, if you think of the people that we love, you think about Phyllis Hyman, you think about Rochelle Farrell, if you think about Gladys Knight, you think about Patti LaBelle, you think about Aretha
different
Franklin,
era though.
Brandy, you think about Jasmine, you think about all
Different
these people,
era.
but okay, but again, they're not comparable to these people when it comes to their vocal prowess. So
I
even
hear
if
you, and
it's still not great.
there certainly has been a diminishing of vocals in R&B, but I
Yes.
personally don't think that is Escape or Candy or what are some of the R&B singers of the 90s? Faith Evans. I just never heard people saying that. Like I just think it's a
You think
ridiculous.
Kandi Burruss is comparable to Faith Evans and Kelly Price?
Oh, ain't nobody really comparable to Kelly Price
I'm
at this
asking
point.
because,
Like,
because
I don't even
these are-
think,
these are-
I don't
these
think,
are
I don't actually don't even think
90s
Faith is comparable to Kelly Price. Kelly Price
These
is
are
one of
female R&B singers
I
from the
understand.
90s. And so when you're talking about Brandy in the 90s, even late 90s, when you're talking about Beyonce in the 90s, you're talking about Tamia. Like, come on, man. Like, these people are not,
I'm not a
there are
big
great
Brandy
vocalists,
vocal fan.
R&B female vocalists from the 90s. And with all due respect to Escape and those young ladies, they are not a part of that conversation. They're just not.
So wait,
You can't say that.
so do you think the other girls in Escape can't sing, Ted? Do you think only Latasha could sing? Do you think Tiny and Tamika can't sing?
Latasha is, to me, is the strongest singer of the group. And I
Right.
think that
She's the strongest ad-libber.
okay, she's ad libber. I think she's the strongest singer in the group, but I also think that she still wasn't somebody that we were checking for.
Yeah,
Just
I wouldn't listen to a Latasha Scott album. By no means, by no stretch of the
Listen,
imagination. I don't even think I want to
just
hear a Latasha Scott song by
let
herself.
me
I need a little bit of.
let me
I need her to
let
have a
me
little
let me tell you
variety.
something. Let me tell you something. This is about I've said it before, I'll say it again. Granted, I'm not a gospel singer. I don't sing, so maybe I just see it through a different lens. When I think of someone who can't sing, I think
Your
of
karaoke is top tier though.
I think of somebody who is out of tune. And when it comes to white artists, for example, they think Stevie Nicks and Celine Dion are incredible singers. And they are completely different. They're completely different. I want us to be able to have a range of saying Grace Jones was a great singer for what she did, and Aretha Franklin was a great singer for what she did. Unless you were lip syncing or you were wildly at, I think some of the things that Janet did vocally is really interesting. Like we all can't be. I think that there's almost an unfair standard of what black vocalists got to sound like, and I just think that Kandi is more in the range of somebody who really could sing. Now, was she Kelly Price? No, of course not. But she was not, you know.
But okay, to be fair, okay, let's
That's
talk
all
about
She
I'm
that.
wasn't
saying.
Naomi Campbell.
But
Yeah,
give me
you know
2 seconds.
Naomi Campbell had an album too.
She did. She wasn't Tyra Banks. Didn't Tyra? No, wasn't Tyra?
Tyra Banks had a single that actually charted. That little song that she did, I forgot what it was. I used to listen to it on the treadmill all the time.
We have range that we admire. I think it's disingenuous to say that we don't, because Sade to me is amazing. So is Aretha.
Right.
So is Olita Adams. So is Layla Hathaway. So is Deborah Cox. So everybody's not sounding the same, doing the same, having the same kind of whatever. Phyllis Hyman, all these people I think are great vocalists who are not doing the same thing. But I don't think that means just because somebody is black and they can sing in tune and they have a hit record, then we have to all of a sudden we have to say
I'm
like,
not saying that. I'm not saying that. But to say that Kandi Burruss can't sing is kind of ludicrous to me. But what do I know?
I'm not, again, I want to be clear. I'm not saying the woman can't sing. What I said very clearly is she is not a great vocalist.
A
And she is
singer.
not somebody who is influencing vocal culture in any way and never has been. And I don't think she disagrees with that.
I mean, a lot of.
Oh, she's not influencing vocal culture. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
No.
Like, I think that
I don't think anybody was
I can
saying
sit
that
with
either.
that. I can sit with
I'm not
that.
saying that
But Tasha ain't either.
Yeah, there's plenty of people that ain't influenced vocal culture. I
To be
mean,
clear.